powerful claws, long and sharp canines, and extreme cuteness. Coati versus Kinkajou, a battle of two adorable but also stunning animals. Let's do it. I am Mario, and this is Animal Battle. Before we go to our two competitors, I'd like to thank you all for helping me get to 30,000 subscribers before the end of 2020, and I hope that in the new year our community of animal lovers will go beyond 50,000 subscribers. But for now, we are going to focus on this episode's stars, and as always you'll vote the winner in the comments after we compare both of them based on the 6 characteristics: agility, attack, defense, intelligence, bonus skill, and survivor. Before we go to these characteristics, we need to answer one question. What are they? The Kinkajou, for example, looks like a monkey, or maybe a lemur, so are they related to primates perhaps? Nope, both the Kinkajou and the Coati are actually carnivores living in South and Central America, and are in fact closely related to raccoons. Also, it is worth noting that there are actually 4 different species of Coati, but I will talk about Coatis in general, since these species are pretty similar. Let's go to agility now. Both the Coati and the Kinkajou are remarkable climbers. The Coati can easily climb small trees and vines, and can even rotate its hind feet 180 degrees in order to go down a tree easier. It also has a long tail, which is used for balance, and long, powerful claws for a better grip. With all of those tree climbing adaptations, the Coati still chooses to spend most of its time on the ground. It is at least prepared to run from predators, being able to reach a good speed of 27 km per hour, and having great endurance as it can run for a long time when chased. The Coati is also a strong swimmer, having been observed swimming in the Panama Canal, so the Coati seems to be great on all terrains, which will surely give it some good agility points. The Kinkajou though decided to adapt fully to being an incredible tree climber, since it spends basically all of its time in trees. Just like the Coati, it has powerful claws and is able to rotate its ankles and feet 180 degrees. But aside from making it easier to go down a tree, this adaptation allows the Kinkajou to run backward just as fast as running forward on branches, which is a great tactic to escape from predators. Furthermore, its long tail is not only used for balance, but also as a 5th limb. It is very unusual for a carnivore, but just like monkeys, the Kinkajou has a prehensile tail that can actually grab things. It can literally hang on a branch with its tail only, and is generally useful for better and easier movement in trees. Are you ready to see their agility stats? Here we go! So both of these small animals seem to have really good agility stats, the Coati being slightly better due to its various options of locomotion. Coming next are bonus skills. Both the Coati and the Kinkajou have dexterous hands, just like those of raccoons. Even though their living areas might overlap, these two species wouldn't usually meet one another, because while the Coati is diurnal and forages for food during the day, the Kinkajou is nocturnal and only comes out of its tree hollow at night. So of course, the Kinkajou has large eyes, which grant it incredible night vision. Besides that, the Kinkajou also has sharp hearing and short, dense hair combined with special oils that prevent it from getting wet and keeps away the parasites. The Coati has a formidable sense of smell and is a good digger, but perhaps a more important bonus skill that both the Coati and the Kinkajou have is living in groups. Coatis form bands consisting of females and their kids, and can contain up to 25 members. This is very useful as it makes it easier for them to detect danger and to care for the kids. The mature males are solitary though, and only join the band during mating seasons. Kinkajous sleep in family units called troops, which makes it easier for them to spot predators in time, and they can also groom one another. Those were quite a lot of bonus skills, so let's see their stats. We can see that they have really high bonus skill stats, and they are going to be useful when we will talk about the next 2 categories. And these 2 categories are attack and defense, of course. Coatis are basically the size of a large house cat, weighing up to 8 kilograms and reaching up to 69 centimeters in length, from head to tail. Their tails are as long as their bodies though. Also, males can be twice as large as females. Kinkajous weigh 1.4 to 4.6 kilograms on average and have a length of up to 133 centimeters, including the 57 centimeter long tail. Kinkajou males are also considerably larger than females. But what do these two animals actually eat? What would you like to order, gentlemen? For you, Mr. Coati, I can recommend some invertebrates, fruits, lizards, rodents, small birds, or perhaps you'd fancy a small and delicious snake. The Coati will spend most of its day foraging for food. The band of Coatis will move through the tall grass with their tails up not to lose one another, and will use their great sense of smell to find small prey. The Coati can also use its long snout to dig for invertebrates and will devour the food using its long and sharp canine teeth and its strong jaw. Whilst they look pretty cute and calm, they can become fierce fighters when provoked or for defense. What about you, Mr. Kinkajou? Would you like some fruits or maybe some sweet nectar? Even though it is from the order Carnivora, 90% of Kinkajou's diet consists of fruits, and the remaining 10% would be leaves, flowers, nectar, and sometimes insects. The Kinkajou actually has a very long tongue, specifically adapted for reaching the sweet flower nectar. By going from one flower to another, the Kinkajou's face will carry pollen, and in this way, it will actually help the flowers pollinate just like a bee, which is again very strange for a carnivore. Even though its diet consists mostly of fruit, I wouldn't recommend getting close to a wild Kinkajou, since they still have really long and sharp canines and powerful claws. But how do they do when it comes to defense? Well, even though they have a tough hide, Coatis have quite a lot of natural predators, like anacondas, maned wolves, boas, foxes, dogs, ocelots, jaguars, and even eagles like harpy eagles. Spending most of their time on land makes them really vulnerable. This is why the Kinkajou's tree lifestyle is a much safer option. Being nocturnal and always moving from a tree branch to another lets it avoid most predators. Still, it will occasionally be preyed upon by a hungry jaguar or a harpy eagle if it is not careful. Stats? As you can see, they have decent attack and defense stats for their small size, and Kinkajous are clearly doing better at defense with their predator avoiding strategy. Let's quickly go over their intelligence stats now. Being members of the order Carnivora and being very social animals are good indicators of their high intelligence level. So that means that they are basically pretty smart. Their stats are pretty good. And last, but certainly not least, let's go over their survival stats. While the white-nosed and the South American Coati are listed as least concerned species in the IUCN Red List, the Western Mountain Coati is listed as a near-threatened species, and the Eastern Mountain Coati is listed as an endangered species. Coatis usually live 7 years in the wild and around 14 years in captivity, and the female will give birth to 3 to 7 kids at once. Although the Kinkajous are hunted for their fur and for pet trade, they are listed as least concerned species. The Kinkajou female will give birth to 1 or 2 babies at once, which will have an average lifespan of 23 years, but could reach up to 40 years in captivity. It is time to see their final stats. As you can see, both the Coati and the Kinkajou have pretty balanced stats. Coatis being better at agility, while Kinkajous excel at defense. But who is the winner? This is all up to you, because you can cast your votes in the comments by writing #Coati or #Kinkajou, and I will announce the animal with more votes in the next Animal Battle episode. Just be careful to write the names correctly, because this is the only way for me to accurately count the votes. Now it is time to see who is the winner of the last Animal Battle between the bald eagle and the golden eagle. With a really nice percentage and quite a big difference in the number of votes, the winner is the golden eagle, a really agile and powerful raptor. Does that mean that the bald eagle is bad? Of course not, so don't be upset that it didn't win, because here on I'm From Animals we love and respect all animals. Once again, don't forget to cast your votes in the comments, writing #Coati or #Kinkajou. I'd also like to thank my patrons for supporting me all of this time, and if you really love what I'm doing, you can also support me on Patreon to fill up that list with your name. Have a wonderful new year, and don't forget to respect animals.